Pinnacle Designs presents A Brief History of Challenge Coins. Before the United States military entered into the war in 1917, American volunteers from all parts of the country filled the newly formed flying squadrons of the Army and Naval Air Service. In one squadron, a lieutenant ordered medallions struck in solid bronze and presented them to his unit. One young pilot placed the medallion in a small leather pouch that he wore about his neck. Shortly after acquiring the medallion, the pilot's aircraft was severely damaged by ground fire. To discourage a daring escape, the Germans took all of his personal identification, except for the small leather pouch. He was then taken to a small French town near the front. Taking advantage of a bombardment that night, he stole some civilian clothes and made his escape. With great difficulty, he crossed no man's land, avoiding German patrols and then stumbling into a French outpost. The French, thinking he was a saboteur due to his lack of identification as well as his civilian clothing, plotted to execute him. He ended up showing his identification from his leather pouch, producing his challenge coin. He showed them the medallion, and this delayed his execution long enough for him to confirm his identity. Instead of shooting him, they gave him a bottle of wine. Back at his squadron, it became tradition to ensure that all members carried their medallion or coin at all times. To ensure this, they took up the coin challenge. In this challenge, a challenger asks to see the medallion. If the challenged could not produce a medallion, they were required to buy a drink of choice for the member who challenged them. If the challenged member produced a medallion, then the challenging member was required to pay for the drink. This tradition carried on through the war and many years after the war, while surviving members of the squadron were still alive. This tradition grew to every branch of the military, and grew even further to be embraced by service members and law enforcement personnel, as well as promotional products for different businesses, bearing an organization's insignia or emblem and carried by the organization's members. Historically, challenge coins are presented by unit commanders in recognition of special achievement by a member of the unit, but they can also be exchanged in recognition of visits to an organization. Modern-day challenge coins are made in a variety of sizes and are often made using popular culture references. At the end of the day, challenge coins are an amazing promotional product. We've been making challenge coins at Pinnacle Designs for over 40 years, spanning from law enforcement to service members to morale-boosting, culture-creating products for different clients across the globe. If you need to make challenge coins, consider Pinnacle Designs. Quality made classic.